Hello there, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria, and we are having a look at your June 2024 energy activations. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to you. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm always grateful for every single one of you. Let's get into your month. The first week is probably going to be about the best as far as the astrology goes for your week or for your month. We do have Jupiter on the 2nd of June, Jupiter in the sign of Gemini, trining Pluto in Aquarius. It's an awesome aspect for you to take back your personal power, to take back control, to make some positive changes, and to spread your wings and fly. It's time for you to thrive. Mercury enters the sign of Gemini on the 3rd. Mercury is at home in the sign of Gemini. It's the ruler of that sign. And so this is an energy of big ideas, how to figure out how to put your big ideas into motion. This is the focus on not just your long-term goals, but your short-term goals, right? Mercury in Gemini is a very fast-moving energy, and so you might find yourself making some decisions. And of course, if you've got some big goal that you want to attain, one of the best ways to get confidence boosts along the way is to break it up into smaller goals, right? And then you've got a lot more wins to celebrate along your journey. So you might be doing that. But this is an energy also where you might be feeling a little bit more chatty, a little bit more social. You might be meeting new people or doing a little bit more networking, and you might be curious about something. So you could find yourself going down a rabbit hole of information somewhere. The new moon in Gemini on the 6th of June. Take advantage of this energy. Okay, this is a very wonderful new moon, great energy going on. And because it is in the sign of Gemini, and we've got Mercury here as well, and this can really get the ball rolling with manifestations, right? It's also encouraging you to try something new. It's exciting, and it's one where you get that speedier progress than maybe what we've been experiencing in the last little while. But you have a full moon in your sign here, Capricorn. So there could be something coming to fruition for you that was started or initiated way back in the new moon in your sign 6 months ago. So have a look back at that new moon. Where were you? What were you doing? What were you manifesting at the time? What new leaf were you turning over? And look and see how far you've come. You'll probably be pleasantly surprised. So you could have something coming to fruition for you. We have the guardians of the land with protection. Now, protection energy, this shows that you are, number one, protected, that you are protected and guided every single step of the way. Right? You always have protective energy around you. So if you're going into a potentially scary situation, or if you need to face your fears, or if you're making some change and maybe you just don't feel like it, or you're just like, oh my God, what if I make this change and it still doesn't work, right? Ask for protection, okay? You'll get that little extra dose of a pick-me-up there for you. But this is also, a protective energy. So number one, remember, if you are doing any kind of spiritual practice or anything, or if you're going into situations that you're unsure of, if you're going into like large groups of people, maybe you're going to an interview or you're going, to work, right? Something like that, ask for protection and take steps to protect your energy before you do go into situations. And it's just a good practice, right? It's just good practice to do because that way you can deflect any kind of negative vibes or energy from wherever you are. This also is about protecting yourself, your interests, your goals, your dreams. And some of us, some of you may actually be operating under an air of secrecy in some way. And you may have already been doing this, okay? Or you might just start something new and you might not tell anyone about it. Why? It's to protect yourself, really, because sometimes we just do things behind the scenes and we don't really want to tell anyone about it, because we're a little bit afraid of what if they tell us that oh my goodness, that's crazy. You can't do that. You'll never succeed at that. We don't want to hear that sometimes, right? We don't want to hear someone else's limitations. So you might be taking steps to protect yourself because you don't want to hear someone else's negativity. You don't want anyone else to put that little seed of doubt in your brain, right? And how do we do that? we hide sometimes, right? So you might find the need to do that, and trust that that's okay. You got to do what you got to do sometimes, right? But you might also find yourself advocating or protecting other people as well. So it's just this great big protection energy, which is overall very wonderful, right? But it can also be preventative. We have foggy bog with patience. There's something that's not quite clear to you right now. All right. So you may be gaining a little bit of clarity or insight, or you might need to ask some questions before you make some change. Now we've got a stork or a heron or whatever that is on that particular card, something in that family. And I also read a couple other different card systems, and this particular bird does represent something new or something changing in your world for the better. Right? Making improvements, making big changes, right? Or maybe even small changes. But this is a reminder here that not everything happens in a day, right? We do need to pace ourselves, and we do need a little bit of patience, because if we're not sure about something, then we do need to kind of take things one step at a time. We need to pay attention to details, maybe do some research, ask some questions. So there's something here hidden in the fog, but you see the light is trying to shine through. So this can be that big idea or this burst of inspiration that's been elusive to you. If you're a creative person at all, right, then this can be where you've maybe felt blocked, right? Or if you're trying to create something, maybe you've been felt blocked at every turn, or you're just, you're like, I don't know why I'm not taking action. I don't know why I'm not moving forward. And it's because there is this fog, right? It might be confusion or just uncertainty. So a little bit of patience does go a long way. Patience with yourself, patience with circumstances as well, because everything has its own natural timing of events. And if we try and force something into existence, we're doing just that, forcing something. And the things that we force into place have a way of rebelling, right? And they don't always stay around for a while or for a long time. So allowing things to happen in their natural timing can certainly be a key to success. All right. So, but the fog will lift, and just like the morning, right? The foggy morning that you have, you can barely see the sun coming through. The sun will burn away the fog and give you clarity, so you can see where you're going and you can see what you're doing. So just allow that to unfold, and it will. It is what it is. Divine Matrix. And the uncharted sea. It is what it is. What a wonderful little saying, right? That can be taken a couple of different ways, can't it? Now, maybe you find yourself saying that every once in a while, or maybe you will be finding yourself in a situation where you will say that exact phrase somewhere in your month ahead. It is what it is. Now, this can be a mantra of acceptance, right? It is what it is. I can't change it. I'm going to move forward. And so it can be slightly empowering for you, right? Acceptance is the key to moving forward or to releasing resistance to things, right? And so this can be that energy for you. And if we look at this particular card, we've got those beautiful stars, right? We've got a pathway, and then we have a door. So this is accepting that you may need to move forward and walk away from something, detach from something, which gives you some freedom. This can also be accepting of your path that lies ahead for you. So there could be something through that door that you've got to deal with, something that you've got to face. And you're like, all right, let's do this, because it's not going to go away until you open that door and deal with it. But I think here that you are accepting that there can be something opening up for you. There's some path opening up for you. And you might be just understanding your role in life. You might be understanding someone else's role that they play in your life. But it is what it is. I accept whatever shall be, shall be. Que sera, sera. Let's keep moving forward. We've got the Divine Matrix, so everything is connected. The Divine Matrix does show your connection to the cosmos, to the unlimited abundance that the universe has to offer, to the unlimited potential, but it also is a reminder of how everything has a ripple effect. Our energy that we put out there ripples outward, and eventually it ripples back, right? So we need to remember how everything is connected in the integral cog that is the universe. And in the matrix, right, there's good things and there's not so great things, right? But it's all in how we approach things and all in how we deal with things and all in how we understand things that can really affect maybe the outcome of something or how long something sticks around, right? Or it can give us a little bit of sense of direction. So in the divine matrix, you are very connected with the cosmos. Keep that open mind, because in the matrix, we are open-minded. There's a lot of magic. There's a lot of possibilities, a lot of potential. There's a lot of weirdness, right? And what are we doing? We're going with the flow. Now, you could be about to unlock a door, unlock a portal. We do have the uncharted sea. So this can represent that this is a time of moving forward for you. This can be a time of change for you. The uncharted sea is paths unknown. And we've got this path on this card with a door at the end of it. What's through that door? What happens if you leave something behind and step through the door, the portal of something new, right? What happens if you decide that I'm going to take a leap of faith and see where something leads me? The uncharted sea says that we've got a sense of direction, but we don't always know what lies ahead, but it's all in the adventure. And we won't ever know unless we take that first step, unless we put our boat in the ocean and move ourselves forward. The uncharted sea does show that there could be some unforeseen events, just like we have the fog, right? There's something. So there could be something happening in the month ahead where you just can't quite put your finger on it. Your intuition might be trying to tell you something. You might be getting some dreams. You might be seeing some signs, and you just can't quite put your finger on something. Whether it's a new opportunity or whether it's an issue or whether it's just some big questions that maybe you've been asking, it's like, I can't quite see it. So I'm going to accept that I'll get my messages or that I'll get understanding when I'm meant to. I'm going to accept that I'm just going to go with the flow and see where things lead me. So it's like dropping that resistance. And so this can actually be very enlightening. This can represent a lot of growth that's coming in for you as well. But again, paths unknown. So there's some uncharted territory opening up for you here. But the uncharted sea does also speak to a sense of direction. It also does speak to, moving forward, sailing away, going with the flow, right? So it's like a very calm energy that's coming in. All of these cards here are fairly calm. So very interesting energy, and having a sense of calm and embracing a sense of calm may actually be a key for you to unravel a mystery or move forward or even to leave something behind. It's like, I'm just going to stay calm and cool as a cucumber. And you can go either way there, Capricorn, right? You can either be in the flow. I'm just going to move forward, right? I'm not going to let anything hold me back. But you can also be just a little bit stubborn and dig your heels in sometimes, right? But this is kind of very much this gentler energy, but I think a little bit of a mystery. We've got the Queen of Scrolls. You could be unraveling a mystery and getting some information. We've got the Six of Scrolls, the Sands of Time. And we've got the Seven of Forces with balance. So the Queen of Scrolls can represent your energy. You are gaining deeper insights, wisdom, and understanding about something. You could be researching something or you could be learning something here in this energy. You've got an open mind, you've got an open heart, and you're like, okay, all right, no problem. And so when we accept the information that we discover or that's being brought to us, then our next steps really is, okay, how do I deal with it? And this information is something really positive that can open a door for me. Is it some information that helps me unravel a mystery? Is it some information that helps me make some change or to repair a situation, right? Or to, find a better path for myself. So there's something here that is bringing you insight and wisdom. So keep that open mind, and it may potentially happen quite quickly, actually, especially the first week of June when we've got this these trines forming. We've got Gemini, Mercury and Gemini, right? All of this kind of stuff. And this can be big ideas, expansion of the mind, having some foresight and insight into things. So keeping that open mind or being curious. Queen of Scrolls, you might be doing some research, right? Keep that curiosity alive because you just never know what rabbit hole you might find yourself down. And sometimes when we're following the rabbit hole of information, it's amazing what we can actually uncover. So you could be unlocking some keys for yourself there in some way. You could also have with the Queen of Scrolls, somebody around you who is very intelligent, who is has a lot of information. Maybe they're quite wise. This can be someone you work with, just someone in your world, and they could actually have some information or an opportunity for you. So, so be open to what someone else has to say, right? Because they could be imparting, they might not even know they're imparting words of wisdom for you, but this can be how something does come out and presents itself. We do have the Sands of Time with the Six of Scrolls. Now, the sands of time, like sands through the hourglass, right? This can be an indication that you might feel in some way that the clock is ticking. Time may be of the essence for something here for you. This can represent a message and an energy for you. Don't waste any time, right? Have you been procrastinating on something? Is there something that's keeping you in a fog? I don't know. What if I go and I try this thing, but what if I fail and I'm confused and I don't know, which path to take and all this kind of stuff. So with the Six of Scrolls, especially showing up right beside the Queen of Scrolls, this is showing you, okay, is that if there's something you want to do, something you want to change, something you need to know, or something you need to get clarity on, now is the time for you to take action on that so that you can make a decision and an informed decision at that, right? The Sands of Time also does speak to time flowing as it's meant to. We can't force it. If we were to get this hourglass, I don't know how well you can see it, but there's an hourglass right there. If you were to have an hourglass in front of you and then flip it over, there is absolutely no way to speed up that hourglass, right? I mean, I'm sure there might be if you shook it or something, but would it actually? I don't know. You could sit there with a stopwatch and try and figure it out. But when you turn it over and the sand starts to flow, right, it's going to go as fast as it's going to go. So this is that reminder of timing, that things will quite often unfold or present themselves or, release exactly when they're meant to, right? So don't be so fast to rush into things, especially if you don't have a clear sense of direction, if you don't know what you're doing, or if something doesn't feel quite right, right? Also, if you're trying to manifest things in your world, remember that everything is about timing, and we don't love to hear timing, right? We don't want to hear it's all in divine timing, right? You're connected to the divine matrix. We don't want to hear that. We want to hear things, this is going to happen for you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Be on the corner of, 1st and 2nd Avenues and, there'll be like a gift for you there, right? We would love to have those kind of messages. Fortunately, they don't quite often come in that way, every once in a while, but not always, right? And, so we do have to sometimes be patient and wait and allow things to happen. But know the difference, right? Know when you need to really pay attention to that hourglass. Time is ticking away. Time is of the essence. I got to do this thing. Got to make a decision, right? Because sometimes those doors, you got a door here. Is that door open? Is it closed? Are you walking through it? Or are you shutting it behind you, right? But you need to make that decision as to when that timing is there for you. Right? So follow your intuition and watch the red flags. But we have balance here for you as well. There's forces at work for you guys, okay? And if you feel a little bit stressed or if you feel like something's not in alignment for you, part of how to get things back on track is to find balance in your life. Have a clear, close look at your world and say, where am I out of alignment? Where am I out of balance? Because quite often it's a little small tweak, something little that we can do that can change our situation for the better and restore us to a state of harmony. Now, sometimes we're spending too much time at work or, not enough time at home, or sometimes we're spending too much time in our physical world and not paying attention to our spiritual self. Sometimes we have a singular focus on our dreams and our goals and to the exclusion of all else. None of those are sustainable for the long term. None of those are essentially super healthy. We do need a balance in our life, because what happens when we don't have a balance, we tend to fill the void with things that make us feel good in the short term, but that are ultimately not healthy, right? So this is where the doubts creep in. This is where the bad habits creep in. This is where, the emotional eating and things like that creep in. So balance is very, very important. So this is a month where you might be focused on finding a healthier balance in your life. You could be focused on your checkbook and balancing your bank account. You could be, balancing something within a relationship or within your home, right? Are you the only person that does chores, or do you share responsibility with other people? Same thing with your workplace, right? Just because you're capable of doing everything on your own, Capricorn, doesn't mean you should. And, is there a delegation of workload there, right? Because, we've all been in that little trap. It's like, oh, it's just faster for me to do it myself, and at least I know it's done right. Unfortunately, though, that's the fast track to burnout. So it's not necessarily always going to work, right? So find ways to find a little bit more balance in your life. It often does involve saying no, right? The shortest sentence in the English language, but also the hardest one to follow through with. We've got the Four of Wands. Love that. And the King of Cups. Some of you are attending a wedding, an anniversary, a party, some event that is filled with happiness and joy and celebration and wonderful things in the air. So this is awesome. The Queen of Scrolls could actually be an invitation to go somewhere. We've got the Hanged Man. There's your time, right? Hanging out. There's your time. And we've got the Knight of Cups. Something coming to you if you are patient and open to it and release the need to control the timing or the outcome. All right, we've got the Devil card. There's your bad habits. And we've got the Tower, blowing up those bad habits. Ouch. All right, we've got the back of the deck here. We've got the King of Wands. Okay, this is about taking the lead, taking charge, believing in yourself, being confident, taking action. This is about you following your passion, your goals, your dreams, knowing that you will succeed at anything that you do, right? But at the back of the deck, sometimes we are, waiting for something. Sometimes we have kind of feel like we've lost our way a little bit, but we know ultimately that we can get things back on track. This can be something that is an underlying influence for you for your month, something that you really want. And the kings are leaders. The kings take control. They take charge. The kings are also very successful. And you've got two kings coming out here. So this can be a time when you're really stepping back into your personal power and getting your mojo back, right? So if anything is taking your power away, devil, okay, you are about ready to take your power back. Unleash the chains that bind you to anything that is negative in your life, right? So you have an opportunity to break free. We do have the Queen of Scrolls. So we've got the Four of Wands with the King of Cups. So yes, you could be attending some sort of wonderful gathering, because the Four of Wands quite often is a celebration and a get-together filled with happiness, joy, abundance, and gratitude. So you could be celebrating something. You could have something here where you are taking something to the next level, some sort of milestone here. And this can be a personal celebration, a personal milestone. This can be something in a friendship or in a relationship. Right, you could be traveling somewhere perhaps to, someone else's event or something. It's a good time, right? King of Cups, Four of Wands, it's a good time. It's a happening time, it's a swinging time, and you are enjoying yourself immensely. So you could be getting an invitation and attending something really fun. The King of Cups can be a very important person that plays a role for you. And this can be, a friend that you really love or care about. It can be a family member who you have really wonderful, loving feelings for. And, you are going to have some fun with them in some ways. Maybe going on family vacation. You can have an anniversary or all those kind of things. But this can be someone that helps you out with your dreams as well. But the King of Cups can again be you really being in a wonderful energy. And this is like, I am dreaming about something, and I know that I'm going to make my dreams come true. The King of Cups is very spiritual, very probably a little bit enlightened. Okay, and this can be your energy. And with the Four of Wands, this is about planting roots, having a good foundation, right? But it's also known as the 1111 card, right? So you could have some wishes and goals coming true, or you could be setting your intentions in an incredibly positive way. What's going to make you happy? What's going to make you feel safe and secure and like you've got both feet on the ground? What's going to make you feel like throwing a party and celebrating? And this can be where you're setting those intentions. So the first part of the month is really quite spectacular for a lot of people. But we've got the Hanged Man and we've got the Knight of Cups, and this is coming in with the Sands of Time. So the Hanged Man is about taking a step back, right? It is a pause for the cause. It's like, I'm going to take a step back. I'm just going to hang out for a little bit, and I'm going to allow things to unfold or manifest in the way that they're meant to. The Hanged Man is about surrendering the need to control time, surrendering the need to control the outcome or force things into an existence. The Hanged Man also is where we look at things from a different perspective and a different angle, and it's where we have an open mind, an open heart, right? We're turning something upside down and looking at things a little bit differently. This is also where we get enlightenment, we get a little bit of an epiphany, so you could be getting the answers that you're looking for. And the Knight of Cups, this can be about, okay, there's something coming in for you, there's opportunities opening up for you, or there's just this sense of, I understand, I feel good, I'm feeling happy with some decisions that I'm making and the direction that I'm headed in. And I'm glad that I waited for something, or I'm glad that I'm allowed something to happen naturally. So this can be you following your heart, following your goals, feeling really positive, knowing that you're on a quest to achieve something and trusting in the fact that you will, but we've got to let something go in order to move ourselves forward. You could also be waiting for something really quite wonderful to happen, okay, or for some doors to open up for you in this particular card, and waiting is probably going to allow you to see the potential of something, because here you could be dreaming for something. You could be dreaming for the King of Cups, whether it's a person or whether it's just like, you know, represents a position, right, leadership position, that kind of thing. And then the Knight of Cups shows that there could be something coming in here for you that has the potential to grow into the king, but it starts out a little smaller. And the Hangman energy does us a favor by allowing us to see the big picture and the potential long-term outlook and growth for this Knight of Cups, right? So it's like, I'm going to start here, but it will grow into this big thing that I'm really looking for, right? So sometimes we have to keep an open mind and look at the potential that something or someone has, right? Same thing with us, right? We need to recognize that we don't always just roll out of bed and end up in king energy. Sometimes we've got to go on a quest and work for it. And then this is where things get fun towards the end of the month. Now, for one, the Devil card is Capricorn energy, okay? So this could be you stepping into your own personal power, right? The Tower ruled by Mars. The Tower is powerful. And the Devil card is you, your energy. So something very powerful could be coming to you probably around the full moon in your sign. And that's June 21st. So latter part of the month. We are heading into Cancerian season at that time as well. And this can be something about your home, your family, your sense of security and stability in your life. And this can be where you're making some changes. Something could even come to fruition for you, where you can leave a negative situation behind. The Devil, maybe you got a job that's crappy. Maybe you got a boss that's, you know, a little bit challenging to work with, right? Maybe you got coworkers that are just not fun. Or maybe there's just something here that, you know, is just not floating your boat anymore. In the Tower, it's like, we're going to get rid of this. We're going to clear this out, and we're going to forge a new path forward. You could be getting an epiphany or a revelation or something at this time as well. Quite often, the Tower is where we've got a big shift in how we think, how we do, how we act, how we interact with ourselves, with our environments. This can be something really big that is really getting your adrenaline going and really invoking some change. The Tower is sudden, unexpected change, but it's quite often something that comes shattering through your crown chakra because, you know, they say it's a surprise, but it's not always that much of a surprise because it's like, okay, yeah, I knew this thing had to go, or I knew this thing was going to blow up, or I know that I need to take back my power and sweep things out of my world that are not healthy for me and that aren't working for me. So this can be where you do come to a very powerful end of a cycle. Right? And that's what full moons bring in. So this could be very fiery energy for you. It can be very impactful for you around this energy, right? But it does bring in something new. We got to let go of old things to bring in the new things. So this could be where you're turning over a new leaf, right? And especially if there's anything causing imbalance in your life, right? The Devil card. This is where we overcompensate for things. This is where we, have bad habits that fill a void, right? So think about, if you don't have love in your life, right? Maybe you're single, or your relationship's not going all that well, or maybe you haven't seen your friends in a while. There's something missing, right? There's a void of some kind. And this is where things like, emotional eating come in, right? Instead of having one piece of chocolate cake, maybe you eat half of it, that kind of thing. Maybe instead of one cookie, we end up eating like 8, that kind of thing. Instead of having one glass of wine, there goes the bottle, all that kind of stuff, because we're filling the void. So it feels good at the time, right? But then ultimately we're filled with regret. Damn it, I shouldn't have done that, that kind of thing. So this can be where you are really recognizing where something needs to shift in your life to bring you more balance and harmony so that you can feel better about yourself, so that you can go about your day in a little bit of a better energy, right? So, but expect the unexpected whenever we do get the Tower card, okay? Because this can be something within your control or something out of your control, but it does quite often come in through some information, and it's something that really gets your adrenaline going, or gets you moving and shaking your booty out of your comfort zone, right? Because when we get too comfortable, or we procrastinate too long, sometimes that's when the universe sends us this Tower. And you can probably look back through moments in your life and recognize where you've had your Tower moments, especially the ones that you have been in control of, because we can sometimes wake up one day and go, I'm done. Today's the day. I'm going to walk in. I'm going to tell my boss what I think of them. I'm going to quit my job. I don't know where I'm going to go, but I'm just going to trust in the process, right? We've all been there at least once in our life. So, but I feel stepping into your personal power though, okay? And really focusing on you. There's your next card. Your intuition constantly senses the voice of spirit and conveys this through emotion and feeling. Spirit's great love and wisdom continuously flows through you like a stream of soft diamond light. Stop for a moment and feel this beautiful flow of energy. Allow it to permeate every part of you. You and spirit are one, entwined by invisible threads of love. Divine Matrix. There's your next card. Something you love may be coming to an end, and it's only natural for you to be saddened. However, this ending also provides a new beginning. All unfolds for your highest good. Life is full of transformation, and with a new beginning comes a new chapter in the story that is you. So there you go. Confirmation of that for some of you. And we have some keys to manifesting things into your life. Everything is always on track, or everything is on track always. No matter where you are in your life currently, and no matter how difficult things might appear in this moment, you are always moved towards magnificence. On that note, I will leave that there. I hope there was something in here that resonated with you in some way here, Capricorn. If there was, whether it was a little message or the whole thing, give me that thumbs up there. It lets me know you resonate in some way, but it lets YouTube know the same thing. So it shows it to more people. We just keep the algorithm happy. All your interaction with my videos does do that. So I thank you for that. If you enjoy the content and you haven't already subscribed, smack that notification bell. You will get subscribed and you will get notified in theory whenever I put up a new reading. Drop a heart in the comment section down below. Say hello, I'll heart you back. We'll connect all of our energies together and send a beautiful ripple of love and light and happiness and joy out into that divine matrix. Thank you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.